Hey guys, I am back on the Minecraft server and I'm over here. I'm in my base right now. I built this a while ago, got a nice little skyline. My auto fishing farm. I moved from my slaughterhouse that's tore down and turned into Italian apartments, and now I'm here in my base. I have this new setup going on. Just picking up, I've been doing some auto farming, AFK farming for a little while. I'm trying to so there's a whole thing that goes into this. So I haven't been using this very much, but recently, just as some fun with my son, I decided, you know what? Let's enjoy some Minecraft together, because me and my son love to play this game right before he goes to bed, just so that he can have some father-son time. And so he tells me what to do and we go out and play the game. Unfortunately, we were in the Nether, and he said, "Oh, let's go fight the bad guys." And he's like, "Pew pew pew!" And whenever a 3-year-old does that, it's just super adorable. So obviously, I have to go do it. And so we were fighting some zombie pigmen in the Nether, and unfortunately, one of them knocked me off into lava. And for some weird reason, I had all my armor on, so everything was good. Do I want to keep this? No, I don't think I do. I had all my armor on me, but I couldn't get back up onto land, and so I had all my fire resistance and unbreaking and complete protection, and a zombie pigman was getting in the way, and then I couldn't get up to land, so I lost everything. So at this point, I'm very, very much without armor, which means I'm kind of watching myself. I just finally got all my axe, sword, and pickaxe going, and this is one of the trades I get, and then I upgrade it. So I've been using a lot of the different fishing to get my levels, but then also to try to just upgrade what I have as far as sorry, I got fortune and looting. Obviously I'm going to use the fortune. I'm trying to get as much as I can as far as my stuff back, and also it helps to have the levels. So I'm dealing with this anyways, just trying to catch up on everything I have. Efficiency 4, yeah, I'm going to keep that. And then also just kind of improving upon what I have here. So I'm going to try to up my game. I actually think I'm going to try to make a few. I got a whole bunch of these from some trading I did offline. It was a very bad day. I was frustrated. I didn't rage quit. I didn't get upset. It was my own silly fault, and maybe the game's fault too, but yeah, it just is what it is. So I've been doing AFK fishing to get books, to try to do stuff, to also get my levels, to try to enchant, and to put together some of my books with the items I got. But I do want to finish up this room over here. So I've done a little bit of stuff off camera. You'll actually see some of it. I did a Minecraft video, Minecraft theology video. There's 2 things I would like to try to get done today. I don't know if I will or not. First of all, I would like to get the walls up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the walls, because I have that, but in the other room, I do, let me show you. I do just the netherrack, but that's going to be a lot of netherrack, and I easily have the resources for it, but it's just going to look ugly if I do that whole thing. So I'd like to get the walls figured out. I also want to get the floor put in, and the floor is going to be a little bit unique. I was thinking about doing the slime launcher, but I don't want to do the slime launcher on camera just because it's complicated. I'm sure I'll goof it up and people will tell me I'm super stupid and blah blah blah, so I'll figure that out offline. But I do want to get the walls. Hello, cows. Last time I was here I had a creeper blow up. Can't have that again. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do, man, because I really do like this, but because the room's so short, the netherrack looks great. until you get down to here. What do I want to do about that? Well, what I can do is I can start to at least knock out all this. I know that I want to do this here. So that is an easy decision to make. But what I do below, I'm not sure. Wow, I'm just destroying this, aren't I? Oh yeah. When you go AFK fishing, you gotta change your buttons. Let's get that all fixed again. What is... I have efficiency 5. I haven't had efficiency 5 on a pick in a really long time. This is just cutting through this like butter. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do... Oh, that means I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to do this right here. That'll be an easy first step. And hopefully while I'm doing this, I'll think of something else to do. So one of the things that I've had to struggle with recently is back in the spring, we purchased our first house, which was amazing. If you guys have never purchased a house, purchase your first house. It's wonderful, including all the horrors that go with it, but that's well worth it. And it's been enjoyable just to have our house, but I wonder how well I'm going to do as far as being a homeowner. So we have a lot of different things that we've been doing. We wanted to take out the carpet because the carpet, it looks like it was made, I'm looking at it right now. It looks like it was put in when this house was built in the 80s. It's this ugly blue carpet. And then whenever it goes into the rooms upstairs, it turns into this worn down orange carpet. And so we already had done, what am I looking for? I'm looking for this. There we go. So we had already done a whole setup as far as install new carpets, and that was simple. We paid someone to come in to do all that because I don't know the first thing about laying carpets, and I'm sure it would just be easier to have them do it. But in that process, I don't have Silk Touch, so I better be careful. In that process, we've had a lot of issues with our dog trying to pee down here, and that's been super frustrating. So now the entire basement smells like pee, and we had to deal with that process, and that was ridiculous, I think is an appropriate word. And so we've just been recently shampooing it, and initially when we did it, it didn't work. And then we talked to a carpet cleaner, and they said, let your carpet soak with vinegar, and then go ahead afterwards. I'm gonna have to take that out, aren't I? That's fine. And then afterwards, go ahead and steam clean it with just a normal carpet vacuum. So we did that. Now our carpet smells like vinegar. So this is kind of frustrating. Yeah. So let me think about this for a second, what I'm going to do with the other walls. I'll finish the rest of this on camera in a minute, but let me go get some ideas, and I will go from there. So I will catch you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so this is done. Can build back through here. Wait. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me fix this. Okay, so this and this, and then... So here's my idea. I like the fact that I can do netherrack up here. I'm going to keep doing that. But I don't want that to be the theme of the whole piece. Yeah, I do like it. So my solution, why not do both? Seems simple enough. So what I'm going to do, let me dig out a piece of this right here, right now. I'm actually going to dig this too deep, which with my efficiency 5 is not a problem at all. There we go. Ah, every time. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to build this in the back. Get all this in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this top layer straight out, but this is going to be offset by 1 because I'm going to have stone brick. Where's my stone brick at? Wow. Inventory instantly full. Okay then. I want my stone brick to come up. And it's going to come up to here. So we'll have that there. Take out all this. Hopefully not taking out that extra layer. Don't need to do that. And this top layer is actually going to just be, it's going to be almost like a support. And so what I want to happen is it goes, I guess, 1 more. And then, is that right? Now I'm confusing myself. I guess I didn't need to do that, did I? That's okay. So let me build up here again. These aren't going to stay here. But this is going to be, come all the way down, come all the way down. And then here, is that right? Or is that too far? That's 1 too far. So this leaves, we do this. And then right here, I want, what just happened? That. And then right here, I want that, not 2, just 1. And then I want this. And what's going to happen is that we're going to have this as the outline of it. I do want to get one of these done just to show you guys what I'm thinking of. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, that's going to need to come out. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm thinking of also putting lava back here, but I want to at least get the initial design done. And then if I decide to do more later, if I have time to do it all, I will. Okay, so there's that. Just for the sake of having it there, I'm going to stick this all the way down. And then have that. And I think I'm going to do the floors actually like this. Nope, not those. These. So dig out all this, just see how it looks. And so now all this will be spawn proof. So we don't have to worry about mobs. That being said, we still need to have the place lit up. I'll fix that later. So then this would just be this. Unless I do it wrong. So there's that. So that's what that's going to look like. And then that's obviously going to go straight up. And so the top layer will look just like the other room, but this will have these stone pillars through the whole thing as well. So that's what my thought is as far as this is concerned. What do you guys think? Again, I do think I might have lava. I might have lava pour out and then just like bleed down into here. But if I do that, I want to make sure I have compressed ice because water will fall everywhere and then it'll be super frustrating. So I'm going to wait on that initially. I might have lava seep back in and have iron gate bars down here. We'll see. We'll get to that in a minute, but let me finish doing all this construction and talk to you a little bit more about my silly little house. So my house now smells like vinegar, and it's amazing to have a problem only to give yourself yet another problem. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before. Now what did I do? Oh, I didn't need to dig that out. Silly. So, house smells like vinegar, unfortunately, which is frustrating. That being said, life in and of itself really isn't that big of a deal, isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things. If that's the worst thing that ever happens to me, I think I'll live. But it's always frustrating and annoying. So as I'm doing these videos, as I do my other videos that I do with Church Mag, I do a lot of my stuff here in this basement. This is where I get a lot of my work done. So most of the time now, at least in the last bit, has been to the smell of vinegar. So if you guys ever wonder what's the biggest frustration for YouTubers, it might not necessarily be what you think, and it might not be universal. Just a random coincidence, I guess. All right, back up. Get this going. Guess we gotta do this one. There we go. Excellent. I think the other difficult thing for me is I do a lot of stuff with Church Mag. And so whenever I am trying to record, I'm trying to think of great things to post about. At the same time, I realize that a lot of what I do, I want to be Church Mag versed. And so trying to differentiate that process, is sometimes difficult. So I am trying to make sure that, let's just do this. I'm trying to make sure that this blog is a lot more about myself. There we go, yeah. There we go. Then I can do this. Excellent. And I can do this. And this. So how does that look? Oh, we're gonna lose it. I guess that's okay that we lose it. But do I want to step it down? Because I can always extend this that way, and that would be great. But maybe not. Or I could just have it built here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Decisions. At the very least, I know I can dig this out. Cool. So the biggest question is what do you talk about on these things? Obviously, you talk about the builds themselves, you talk about the server. I do want to talk a little bit about my own personal site because that's something that obviously I don't market elsewhere very much. I'm going to be doing a video coming up for Church Mag that talks about the side hustle. Side hustle is this thing that I apparently want to have a war with for people that love to talk about the side hustle. I am of the mindset that side hustling can be a bad thing if you do not keep it in the realm of family first. I think that side hustling in and of itself is good, even though I don't like the term, which I've talked about many different times if you've seen my stuff online. But the whole notion of trying to do this well is sometimes difficult, yet I do the side hustle, at least in the vaguest sense that people talk about it. So I say all this, I guess, because I want to see people do this better and not do it wrong or incomplete, which I think sometimes happens in this process. So I'm going to be just pushing for myself to talk a little bit more about the blog on this platform because I have this platform. But I do know that I'm not going to necessarily overlap stuff with Church Mag. So one of the things that I've been thinking about doing for quite a while now is the idea of speaking engagements, because I've been asked many times recently to do speaking engagements. First of all, if you guys want me to do a speaking engagement, 3 quick tips. Don't ask me with the event to be in 2 weeks. I can't do it free, and realize that this is not my main occupation. And so the job that pays the bills comes first. I actually had someone really mean to me about not being willing to do their presentation. I'm not going to call them out on it because that's just mean, but if I say no, there's probably a good reason. And if I don't have a good reason, I'll tell you the fact that I don't have a good reason. So anyways, that was just kind of weird. So because I've been asked to do a lot of speaking engagements, I figure if I have a page up that just highlights what I am and am not willing to do, I'm not willing to pay for my own plane tickets, because I don't naturally go out and speak. I do a lot of stuff here in Denver and Colorado Springs, but that's because transportation cost is obviously cheap. So I think I'm going to post a whole list of what I would like to do as far as speaking arrangements, and I'm going to start from scratch because I used to do speaking arrangements just for training, for educating people on how to use social media well as far as like their congregation. I don't want to get into that business anymore because I just don't have the time for it. This would be much more of a broad platform kind of thing that will be speaking to hundreds of people as opposed to 40 to 60 people at a time, which is great. I love that intimate atmosphere, but just not feasible in my current vocational arrangements. Haste just randomly kicked in. So this is the barrier right here. This is when haste starts. Weird. So I'm going to have that post pretty soon. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me about it. If something doesn't make sense, because obviously I want that to be really clear in that process. The other thing that I want to do with these videos is I talked to you guys about the fact that I'm trying to figure out the content strategy of things. I want to talk a lot about family, but I feel like the vlog, the more intricate storytelling that I want to do is going to take priority in how I tell my story well. And so building on this is a secondary platform compared to the vlog. So I think what I would like to do with that, first of all, I think the slime launcher is going to have to be right here. Actually, I could probably just do it right here. So I'm going to leave this as not flooring, because I need to do the slime launcher. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. So one of the things I want to do is an Ask Me Anything, where you guys can just ask me tons of random questions. We do this on the Church Mag podcast a lot. We call it Riddle Me This, a little bit of a different wording, but it's the same thing. But I really do want to talk about anything, and that can be social media, it can be family and life and counseling and youth ministry, all of these things I've had some kind of background in. It could just simply be, what's your take on this theological discussion? I'm by no means a strong theologian. Theology was the most boring of classes, so be careful with that one, because I might insult someone by not being willing to do it, but let me know what you guys think. So I'm going to post a couple tweets about that. And I would love for you guys just to leave me a comment and say, I guess just ask me questions, and maybe what should I do for a hashtag? I'm doing all this on the fly, this part of it. I knew I wanted to talk about this, but I didn't think about a hashtag. And if you guys ever create a hashtag, do not create a hashtag on the fly. Give it some time. How about just, dang, I don't want to do a long one either. So how about we just don't do a hashtag right now? Just ask me questions and maybe just put hashtag Jeremy Plays. So you're mentioning me and you're doing a hashtag. That is not the way to do hashtags. I realize I am doing this off the cuff, so do not do as I do as I say. And I'd love to just talk with you guys about, I don't think that's going to be enough space. That's okay. just talk to you guys about different questions that you might have about a whole host of things. And it might have to do specifically with Minecraft. Great, I love it. Also, I have an ebook that's going to be finished up here in the next, I would say, 2 weeks. But that might not be true depending on the length of time for Church Mag. It's not going to be released in 2 weeks, but it is going to be finished probably in 2 weeks. It's going to be a devotional specifically for church tech people. This is something that I've talked. There's an invisible block here. Where is it? Is it there? There you are. I've not had very many invisible blocks. That's not a good sign. So just the idea of doing devotionals within church technology, I feel like is wait, what? You can do that with church technology? Which is kind of a scary thing, but we make baby steps. That's okay. And I wanted to know what you guys think about the idea of doing a devotional as far as church technology, because right now the way this devotional is going to be set up is going to be a once a week thing. It's going to be a team platform. And I wonder if that's going to be the best seller as far as like interest, because I want to do something that interests you guys, not necessarily for the money. I'm not worried about the money, but something that actually will get used in this process. So tell me what you guys think. Would you guys use a devotional that I post that would be weekly? And the idea behind it, at least initially, and this will all be in the devotional itself, is that you would actually do it as a team. So your team gets together once a week and prays for each other, does the devotional. Maybe if you're like me, whenever I do my team leads, it's not something where every single session is going to be an hour-long thing, because people are volunteering. They don't have time for that. Come on. They volunteer because they love the church and they can't make a living out of it, or they want to help, and so they figure they could use some kind of skills that they already have. And so if you did a daily devotional, then why not just do a generic devotional? And you can make it nerdy, and that's fine, but I want this to be a church tech specific one. So I was thinking of doing it once a week where the team gets together, or maybe your team only gets together once a month, and so it really spans it out. So it's going to be through the book of Nehemiah, and it really kind of incorporates technology in its finest and maybe not so finest. So we're looking at some of that process. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think a weekly one would be great? It's on Nehemiah. It's church tech specific. Does that turn you off, the fact that it's a church tech specific devotional? Then maybe that's why in the world do you need to make it church tech? Why not just do a devotional in general? But I think that there's something to be said for the fact that our hearts are for technology and nerdiness, and that's a good thing. So leave you guys comments. Do the AMA. I would love to answer some of your guys' questions in this process. Wow. The corner of the haste is like right here. So somewhere over here, the haste turns off, and somewhere over here, the haste turns off. So this is like the corner of it, the furthest distance you can be. It's crazy. All right. So that's all I got. This is already running long. I'm going to finish this. The walls will be done. The slime launcher will be there. The floor will be put in. I will have all that done next time you guys see this basement. And then we're actually going to do the whole sheep farm. Now, I will be honest. I'm going to do a let's play out of it as well. So it's going to be okay, I'm going to do this sheep farm and then cutscene. Okay, here's part of the sheep farm setup. So a lot of the building is actually just going to be done with this account, which is fine. I'm great. I'm okay with that. So leave me your guys questions on this. Let me know what you think. I'm already out of resources. I don't have Silk Touch on this thing because I lost my last one, so that's frustrating. Silk Touch books also are not easy to get. I know you can trade for him, but my villager died. I don't know, he just randomly disappeared. So I got some resource gathering to do as well. So anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. See you later. Bye-bye.